I got interested in learning pickup in about 2012. I discovered it on Reddit, and I discovered a channel called The Natural Lifestyles, and then it all went through there. And I started reading and watching, and the journey has never been the same since.
And then I stumbled on a guy later in the same summer who became a really good friend of mine, and he happened to be a part of the community. So he just started me in a few Facebook groups, and then I started like looking at the discussions that people were having. I started like seeing the lay reports, and it was kind of like exciting, and I kind of like fell quite deep into it since then.
For this report, we wanted to look into the pickup artist community here in Melbourne and get people's different perspectives on it. We began by speaking to Jesse Kolb, an aspiring pickup artist coach who had moved to the city in search of meeting women and honing his skills.
What I do, I normally approach someone. Normally I would see a girl and I'd like let them walk past me, and then I would turn around and just like kind of run up beside them and just say, "How are ya?" And then if they stop, I'll be like, "Oh, this is fucking crazy," or whatever, but you just look really pretty and I had to come say hello. And then I would just introduce myself, have a little chat, see what they're up to. Yes, I've had plenty of instant dates. Just like, so many amazing things. The most amazing thing was one night I met this girl in Fed Square, and she was going to this bar alone, but I suggested we go to a bar together. And then we just had this beautiful night till like 3 a.m. spending together. It was pretty good, very beautiful experience. I've never really had a bad experience. Only the worst thing that happens is when they don't even acknowledge that you exist. They just completely blank you and walk off. It's like I'm not even worth a hello. I think of people who oppose PUA are just looking at on a surface level. Like they're just looking, the misogyny, the using strategies to get girls and things like that. But it runs so much deeper than that, but I can easily see how people would easily oppose it by just looking at it on this surface level. I don't particularly think negative of them, like I'd like them to look into it a little more, but I understand that on a surface level it seems like misogynistic and this and that.
We then interviewed Christos Gilias, a pickup artist who had recently started a company called Social Prime, which is dedicated towards dating, pickup, and lifestyle development.
Okay, again, I'm definitely like not hating on everyone. Those people, the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because there is a huge difference in perspectives. So they do not have the emotional understanding. They do not have the they didn't have the same maybe like problems in life, or they didn't have to go through the same shit. So they lack the emotional understanding of what it is that drives people into pickup, into the game, into the dating and self-development coaching. So the problem is not that one side is wrong or one side is right or something like that. It's just a huge difference in the perspectives.
We then went to the public, where we spoke to various people about their views on seduction and people that approach others on the street.
I've had one person take their clothes off. He came, this is where I used to work, he came in and his pants are all ripped, and he came up to me trying to talk to me and asked me if I had a stapler. But that's the weirdest experience I've ever had.
Did you have a stapler?
No!
Okay.
Of course not.
They actually would not let me go. They would block my way and wouldn't let me go. So that was kind of a negative experience, and I was underage actually.
Sometimes there are really negative language being used, or as if you wolf whistles, or just quite disgusting behaviour. Sometimes they touch you, or so it's quite negative. Yeah, no, don't like them that much. No, I think if you're going to go out, you go out for fun. You don't go out as the sole purpose just to hook up.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the way that they're approaching it. So if it's a manipulative thing, then it's creepy as fuck. But if it's just a genuine trying to find connection with somebody, then I don't see a problem with it.
I think that's not the right approach. That's kind of sexist, I would say. If they're going after just for the sex, and I think they are kind of bunch of losers who really do not have that emotional attachment with anyone, and that's how they relieve their tensions and all.
Personally, I think that sort of stuff when you're approaching someone, when you're going out to look for love or anything like that. I think majority of the stuff that happens, like relationships, it comes naturally rather than you going out and actually looking for it.
Whilst we were out, we then decided to individually survey people on pickup related questions in order to gather statistics for our report. The pickup community here in Australia is still relatively small, so only time will tell whether society embraces them or rejects them.